Welcome into another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined today from Lexington, Kentucky. It's the proprietor of LB's Meat Market in Oxford. It's Greg Jones. And then Caroline McCready from the Legacy Studio of Performing Arts in Fayetteville. Another big week of games on tap after Ole Miss. Ole Miss gets the weekend off. Ole Miss knocks off Georgia last week, 28-10. Record crowd at Vaught-Hemingway. A lot of playoff talk this week, but no game in Oxford. So if you are hanging out in Oxford, catching up a little bit, want to put something on the grill, highly recommend LB's Meat Market, something on the smoker. There's some good games on TV that I think could have some ramifications for Ole Miss and other playoff teams. Texas, for example, heads to Fayetteville to play Arkansas. If you are an Ole Miss fan and you're not cheering for Arkansas on Saturday, you really are starting to not understand the assignment. South Carolina plays against Missouri. South Carolina can do you some favors as well. They can basically knock Missouri completely out and continue to bolster their resume. So there's some other games as well. And then, of course, Tennessee and Georgia on Saturday night. Someone's going to get an L in that one, and that's going to be interesting as well. So, again, LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across from Kroger. Let Kroger be your landmark. Head over to LB's. They've got the freshest cuts of beef, pork, chicken, house-made sausages, seafood, vegetables, everything you're looking for a fun weekend in front of the TV, on the smoker, on the grill, whatever the case may be. You can do it right there at LB's Meat Market. You can text your order, 662-259-2999. Text it. Tell them what you want, when you want it. You get 10% off by sending the text. Greg, Caroline, how are you all?
Awesome.
Good.
So, Greg, you're in Lexington. I can see it. Reminds me a lot of Ruston with the horses.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm at Darley, America, Godolphin, and I think that's Speaker's Corner. We just got done seeing Cody's Wish. Cody's Wish was a big story last year. Cody Dorman was a Make-A-Wish Foundation wish was him to own a racehorse, and so there's a real cool story about it. So just got to see Cody's Wish, and it's a really cool racehorse. So yeah, if you ever have time, just look up Cody's Wish, and it's a teary-eyed story, but it's a really cool story. I think they're going to make a movie. They've got a movie coming out about it too. So pretty cool story.
Yeah, absolutely. Caroline, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. I'm hanging out, school. I've worked today. And
you got your Christmas tree up?
Yeah.
Yep, got my tree up.
Yeah,
got stockings.
Oh, you do have stockings. Getting festive.
Pink Christmas tree. Of course, pink Christmas tree.
Yep, my room's very pink. The rug is even pink.
What was the name of the place we went to in Fayetteville? Presley Page, the huge, all the
Presley
pink.
Page.
Presley Page. Yeah, they had lots of pink there as well. So, all right, we'll dive into this. I know everybody's busy. Got a short week. Got MPW Digital. Greg, you want good news or bad news?
I always like the bad news.
You went 2-4. What's your bad news last week?
Yeah, I kind of figured I was due for a bad week.
Well, the good news for you, and it's bad news for Caroline, but the good news for you is that Caroline had the nightmare week. She went 0-6.
What?
She missed them all. So some of the lead that she had cut into, she lost. But the good news for Caroline is that kind of week can bury you. It did not in this case. You are 3 games behind Greg as you enter this week. You were 1 back. You're now 3 back. Greg is 51-48. Caroline is 48-51. So still anybody's ball game with a full slate of November playoffs, bowl games, the like. Plenty of time to catch up, and we'll start in Fayetteville. Greg, you won the week. You get to go first. It is Arkansas playing host to the 3rd-ranked Texas Longhorns. This game's at 11 a.m. on ABC. Greg, Texas is a 15-point favorite against Caroline's Razorbacks.
I like Texas this week because I've never won with Texas, and I'm finally winning with Texas this week. And at Caroline's disposal. I'm sorry.
All right, Caroline. The last time the Razorbacks were on the field, it was against Ole Miss. They really kind of struggled. They've had an up and down season, more down lately with LSU and Ole Miss What's the feeling there in Fayetteville as they get ready to entertain the Longhorns? Because this is a rivalry. Arkansas does not like Texas.
Yeah, but we don't like Ole Miss either.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm not going to the game. We're not going to win. I'm going to pick Texas. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Yeah, we're not a football school. But that's okay.
Everybody's getting excited about basketball.
So you are.
Yep, basketball school. Fun.
Yeah, Carson was saying. Yes. Carson said y'all landed some major point guard for next year, a top 5, top 10 player. Saw that. He was pointed him out.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, so
using that Tyson chicken money. Got to use that Tyson chicken money.
Yeah, everybody's doing this. The whole NIL thing is going to be interesting. I'm not going to make this whole NIL show, but I can tell you from talking to people that this revenue sharing thing is coming in, and the model that is in play right now is going to shift. All of these schools are getting tired of hitting up to fans for more money and more money and more money and more money. It is a flawed system. So it's going to be interesting to watch as it happens. You don't see it here in Oxford because it's working here this year. There is a degree of burnout in other places around the country where donors are tired of being asked for more and more and more. So this
it's almost too expensive to be a fan.
Yeah, the rev share thing is going to be really interesting. All right, we go from y'all's schools to my school, ULM, the Warhawks. We head to Auburn to face Reverend Freeze and the Tigers. This is at 11:45 on SEC Network. Caroline, my Warhawks are 23.5-point underdog at Jordan-Hare.
I'm going to go with ULM.
Okay.
Of course.
I feel that right here.
I don't like Auburn. And that's
can we get a money line in there?
The money line's like 1,300. It's a massive money line. It's probably going to be my weekly money line, Grady and Siski, just because.
Oh, this is the lock of the week. I'm guaranteeing this. This is UL Monroe lock of the week.
Oh. Well, from your mouth to God's ears, I mean, that would be amazing.
I mean, they might as well get the skiing team out there that is going to get some action.
That would make me so happy. Y'all, you guys just don't know the level of happiness I would experience if ULM walked off that field with a win against Auburn. Wow. I'm trying to think. I mean, like sporting happiness, that would be so far up there. Cubs winning the World Series.
Yeah.
It'd be right under that. I would thoroughly love it. All right. Greg, it's LSU coming off of a big loss to Alabama. The Tigers go to Gainesville to play the Gators. This game's at 2:30 on ABC. LSU's a 5-point favorite in Gainesville.
I'm going to take LSU on this one. I know they kind of did a little stinker last week against Alabama, but they're going to bounce back.
Okay. You might be right. LSU's kind of on. So LSU's becomes the poster child for what we're watching here. There is a scenario. It's every favorite wins and Arkansas beats Missouri. If that happens, there would be like this, the way the tie would work. LSU could still go to the SEC championship game. That involves LSU winning out, of course. But LSU's kind of on quit watch a little bit after that game in Baton Rouge. All right, Carolina, he's going to take the Tigers, lay the 5 at Florida.
I'll go with LSU too.
Yeah, I think that's the good pick. All right, here's an interesting game. One of the teams that's probably the hottest in the country right now is the South Carolina Gamecocks. They've been playing really well the last few weeks. They are at home this week against the aforementioned Missouri Tigers. This game's at 3:15 on SEC Network. Carolina, Missouri is a 13-point underdog in the Battle of Columbia, as this one's in South Carolina.
I'll go with South Carolina.
Okay. Going to lay the points. Carolina's going to lay 13, Greg, on the game.
Yeah, I like South Carolina too. I think they're playing some really good ball. It's almost one of those teams you don't want to play right now. It feels like. Yeah,
no, they're hot right now. They've played 2 or 3 really good games in a row. Beat up on Texas A&M. Beat up on a pretty good Vanderbilt team. They looked the part here lately. All right, Greg, it's Tennessee heading to Georgia this week. Georgia coming off the loss at Ole Miss. Georgia now has its back against the proverbial wall. Georgia meeting Tennessee at 6:30 on ABC. The Bulldogs are a 9.5-point favorite.
Ooh, that's a lot of points. I'm going to take Tennessee here for some strange reason. I know if Georgia can beat Tennessee and mix up the playoff, but I'm going to take Tennessee here. I like Tennessee in this option.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Vols and 9.5 between the hedges.
I'll take Georgia because I think they're probably let down and they might be working extra hard.
I'm with you on this one. I might get burned, but I like Georgia big Saturday. I have this thing. Here's my theory. When people start counting out big time powers off of one loss, I'm like, look out. You might be on to something, but they're not just going to roll over and play dead. They're gonna fight you. So,
Kirby Smart does not play around. I mean, like he's pretty serious about his job.
Yeah, you don't win titles and get as close to winning other titles as they've gotten without being a proud program. They're going to be a little something with the Silver Britches on Saturday, I think. All right, one last game, Caroline. It's Texas A&M at home against New Mexico State. This is a 6:45 p.m. kick on SEC Network. Here's the catch. The Aggies, the New Mexico State Aggies, are a 40-point underdog. 4-0.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go with New Mexico State. That's a lot of points.
Ooh. All right, Greg, she's going to go with the underdog and get her 40 points. She's walking.
That's a lot of points.
She's walking in with 6 touchdowns in her back pocket.
I'm thinking 55-10. I'm going to go with A&M.
Okay.
They do really good against bad teams.
All right, so you guys in lockstep on the first 4 games. You both are taking Texas minus the 15 at Arkansas. I think you're right. I don't know. It's a weird spot. Arkansas is getting a couple people back. Texas hadn't proven anything yet. Weird spot. You're both taking ULM, getting 23.5 against Auburn. In fact, Greg's promising a victory for my Warhawks.
Yeah, money line.
I will donate to ULM's scholarship fund if that happens. It'll be the second time that I've done it. The first time would be when they beat Alabama in 2007. I gave $25 to ULM. I hereby pledge to give $25 more to ULM if they win. In fact, I'll give, and if they win, for every point they win by, I'll add another $5 to the ULM scholarship fund. How about that?
Good.
I think you should. I think that's a great. I'll throw 25 in for you.
There you go. So Greg's in too. So ULM, hey, I mean, educating the brightest minds in the world, and we're going to help.
Not only a ski school, it is a football school.
Absolutely. You're both taking LSU laying the 5 at Florida. You're both taking South Carolina laying the 13 at home against Missouri. Greg's going to take Tennessee plus 9.5 at Georgia. Caroline's going to lay the points. And Greg's going to lay 40 in College Station. And Caroline's going to say, that's too much. And she's going to take her points. So we'll be back next week. Got another big week. Both of your teams will be in action. Ole Miss will be at Florida. Arkansas will be at home for the home finale against my hometown team, Louisiana Tech. So should be. We'll talk about those games and a lot more. All right, Greg, tell the people what's going on at LB's this weekend.
We're open this weekend, but we're making sausages and we'll have everything stocked up for the weekend. So we just went over some really good games. So why not, throw a couple ribeyes on the grill and, hang out on your back porch. I think the weather should be nice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be perfect, like 70 degrees and sunny.
So why not, maybe get a little fire pit going, a little bourbon, all the goods, but just add that LB steak to the menu to it.
All right, Carolina, I know you're going to Tin Roof for the Arkansas game. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the actual game this time.
How many friends? Are going to Tin Roof?
I don't know. No one's really eager for the game on Saturday, so we've kind of struggled.
While I'm being generous, if your Razorbacks knock off the horns, I'll buy a round of drinks for you and your friends. Not all the friends, but the at the table friends.
Okay,
perfect. All right.
Yeah, so, don't announce it. Don't announce it like say like free drink. Just like hey, we're gonna get free drink.
Whoever's there.
But as the goalposts are coming down, I'll buy y'all. I'll buy you a round. All right, isn't
that great? How they just put the goalposts and they just laid them up on the courthouse last Saturday.
Yeah, I have such mixed emotions about the crowd stormings and the fines and stuff. I don't really know what the schools are supposed to do, and then the TV people. Yeah. The TV people glorify it. They show it like they mark it. Look, this is what makes the SEC fun, and then they fine the hell out of everybody. And I'm like, okay, but
yeah, where does that money go?
Well, like that this week, the money went. Ole Miss's fine went straight to Georgia. When Arkansas tore down the goalpost and got fined, that money went to Tennessee. When LSU stormed the field after the Ole Miss game, that money went to Ole Miss. So they're all just kind of swapping the money back and forth. But it's
wow,
kind of the whole thing's kind of weird to me, frankly.
Yeah, just put it on the tab, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, or quit glorifying it.
Yeah.
Like quit showing.
I kind of understand the Ole Miss. I mean, like that was a lot of frustration. I mean, like,
sure. But I mean, Vanderbilt stormed the field and they found Vanderbilt. It's like okay, and then they market it with like, look, Vanderbilt's back, and they don't show you the football game. They show you the crowd storming. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad that they didn't throw the goalposts over the stadium like they were trying to do.
They were trying to, and then somebody was able to stop that.
Yeah,
and I think that's where the fines and stuff come in. Is you've got You've got really drunk people that are taking what is essentially a weapon. They don't think about it like that, but that thing could hurt somebody.
Yeah, especially I saw the video of it coming down. I'm like, did anybody get hurt? I mean, like it was crazy. Like that can hurt somebody. I mean, I don't know. I'm just glad I wasn't on that field. I'm glad I was at LB's and waiting for people to come get some steaks.
Again, LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. Stop by, make it a part of your weekend. Tell Greg and the people there how much you appreciate them sponsoring this show and all of this programming at MPW Digital. We'll be back next week with the full week of shows, including this one. So Caroline, Greg, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you all again soon. Thanks for listening.